Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. This is Danny. We're on episode number 263. I want to thank you for taking the time to join me on this episode. Thanks again for being patient as I roll out this next episode, which is with all the holiday family celebrations and such. Just there's a delay on getting this one out, so thank you for being patient. And what I want to share on this episode is a very, short but important reminder. As I was reading in my own just personal, explorations, I came across this passage in Psalm 62, verse 12. I'll read verse 11 just to start the thought. But Psalm 62, verse 11 and 12. One thing God has spoken, two things I have heard. Power belongs to you, God, and with you, Lord, is unfailing love. And you reward everyone according to what they have done. As I thought on that, you reward everyone according to what they have done. The thought came across my mind to think, what is the greatest thing that one could be rewarded for? And the answer that flashed just rapidly to my mind was, so the question, what is the greatest thing that one could be rewarded for? And the answer came of seeking God. He is the greatest reward. And, so many times I think in our lives, we get, caught up in all the good things of, a life in Christ and serving God. We get caught up in the impact that we can have or we want to have, the lives that we can change, the giftings or the things we are enabled or equipped to do that perhaps maybe defy what our natural minds can conceive and ponder. And so, but all these things are secondary items. And when I think of this, I think of Mary and Martha. Martha was very disturbed that Mary was sitting at Jesus' feet and not helping with the serving. And as she vented her frustrations to Jesus about Mary, and we often, many of us can relate to Martha because we have this do kind of mentality, and so she's offended at how Mary is, which is seated and hanging on every word that comes from Jesus. And Jesus' response is, Mary has chosen the better part, and I will not let you take this away from her. And so this is a sober reminder, I think, that there are good things and then there are best things. And Jesus is reminding Martha, but also each one of us as we process what these moments portray, and as we experience our own moments of, are you going to just let so-and-so do such and such? And so there are good reminders for us about the best things. And I think that was part of what I was reminded in this verse of the greatest reward that one could have is God Himself. And if we I'm going to read Psalm 63, and it was very timely conclusion to come to that question, because then going right into Psalm 63, it very much reinforces a lot of that. And so I'm just going to read through Psalm 63 and just kind of get your mind and heart in a place to really appreciate God in all of his splendor. And this is a psalm of David, and it says, "You, God, are my God. Earnestly I seek you. I thirst for you. My whole being longs for you. In a dry and parched land where there is no water. I have seen you in the sanctuary and beheld your power and your glory, because your love is better than life. My lips will glorify you. I will praise you as long as I live, and in your name I will lift up my hands. I will be fully satisfied as with the richest of foods. With singing lips my mouth will praise you. On my bed I remember you. I think of you through the watches of the night. Because you are my help, I sing in the shadow of your wings. I cling to you. Your right hand upholds me. Those who want to kill me will be destroyed. They will go down to the depths of the earth. They will be given over to the sword and become food for jackals. But the king will rejoice in God. All who swear by God will glory in him, while the mouths of liars will be silenced." I think that is, I believe that's a prayer of my heart, and I'm sure yours too. And this, I thirst for you, as though in a desert that has no water. Maybe you've had an experience with God that has left you in a place of, like the disciples, like Peter, it was, who, Jesus asked him if you were going to go too, and he said, "Where, to who would we go? Your words are the ones that have life." And I think once you get into a place with an experience in God, and he opens your eyes to what's in him, not just revelation for its own sake, but an experiential revelation, to where you've experienced God in some way that has left you marked, and from that place there is a burning yearning for to get back to that place in God that you were marked before, and that he's left you changed and transformed. And so if you haven't had an experience like this, I would encourage you to seek God, and continue seeking him until he meets you in that place, and he takes you on a journey with him. It's like a love affair, and transforms the way you think about religion and intimacy with God. And so it transforms your life from a place of I should and I ought to I desire and I yearn. And it doesn't make you a perfect person by far. We are far from imperfect, but it does create in you a capacity, I think, to experience God, and to continue to desire God, because his love is better than life. So I would just encourage you to, as you make your way through life and as you're experiencing life now, continue to seek God. Remind yourself that the absolute best thing that you can do and seek and to be rewarded for is seeking God, and because He is the prize. And then as we can experience and learn that, then we can invite others on that same journey and transform a world into from a barren wasteland to an oasis in God. So thank you for this little time here. Thank you for your patience on the episode. I hope this is an important reminder to you. I hope it sets you on a journey or reminds you of a journey you are on. So I bless you and look forward to seeing you on the next one. God bless.